The search for Manchester United's next head coach is on after Ruben Amorim was sacked on Monday in the wake of rising tension at Old Trafford. Manchester United are on the hunt for a new head coach after Ruben Amorim was fired on Monday. Amorim's 14 underwhelming months at Old Trafford ended in acrimony as things unraveled following Friday's heated meeting with Director of Football Jason Wilcox. Darren Fletcher, who is currently in charge of the club's U18 side, has been temporarily promoted to interim head coach for tonight's trip to Burnley. The Scot is also among those under consideration to take charge for the remainder of the season. However, old Gunnar Solskjaer is claimed to be the leading contender to take charge on an interim basis until the end of the current campaign. But when it comes to appointing a permanent successor to Amorim, the United hierarchy are looking for someone who has experience of managing in the Premier League, according to David Ornstein of The Athletic. After appointing both Erik ten Hag and then Amorim, who both had no Premier League experience, having someone who knows England's top flight well is going to be crucial. That could rule out the likes of Luis Enrique and Zinedine Zidane, who have been mentioned as a possible long-term replacement for Amorim. The former Real Madrid manager has long been linked with a move to United despite always publicly distancing himself from managing in England. Another manager who has been linked with the vacancy is Oliver Glasner, who is out of contract in the summer. However, speaking on Tuesday afternoon, the Crystal Palace boss played down links with the role. "I am not allowed to bet," he said. "My contract has one paragraph that I am not allowed to bet. And I don't look at it. I also cannot give insider information. That would also be breaking my contract. I am Crystal Palace manager, and it makes no sense for you to ask more questions about it." Meanwhile, Gary Neville believes his old club's next step should be appointing a manager who fits the club's DNA. He said, "The experiments have got to stop. I've always been very proud of what this club is: adventurous, exciting football, playing young players and entertaining the crowd. They must take risks and have the courage to play attacking, aggressive football. United have got to a point where they need a manager who fits the DNA of the football club. Barcelona will never change for anybody. I don't believe United should change for anybody. The club has to find a manager who has got experience and who's willing to play fast, entertaining, attacking and aggressive football." On Amorim's sacking, Neville told Sky Sports News, "When a manager is sacked, it's a poor reflection on everybody. It means it's not worked. Ultimately everyone loses, particularly when you are sacking a manager partway through the season. It's very difficult to get an adequate replacement in. I am surprised it's happened this morning. I'm not surprised it's happened. I didn't realize it would happen so quickly. I did think they'd get through another couple of weeks and try and work out what to do. But obviously it's become that challenging internally that they decided to do it very quickly, which was a shock this morning when I heard the news at 10 o'clock. If you look at some of the performances in the last month, they've really been shocking. However, there have been some bright spots along the way. The Wolves game seems to me to be the killer game. It was a bad one, that.